just spent the last couple of days exploring Haines, Alaska, and now we're ready to head back up the Haines Highway to the Yukon. The drive down here was really beautiful, but the weather was not the greatest. So now that we're heading back up, I just want to record some of the beautiful scenery so you guys can see what the Haines Highway looks like, as well as a couple of hikes that you can do along the way. We also made a video exploring Haines, so make sure to check that out after watching this video. Just down the road from Haines is the Alaska Chilkat Bald Eagle Preserve. It's a 48,000 acre preserve where a ton of bald eagles come every year for the late salmon run. About 3,000 to 5,000 eagles come here every single year. So if you want to photograph some eagles or you just want to do some bird spotting, this is a really great place to come for that. There's also a ton of information about eagles here, why they come here, nesting, and just all sorts of information. There's also a short hiking trail just behind me that you can do to do some bird watching down by the water. It's a really nice little spot. It took us about 50 minutes to get to the border crossing from Haines. Both times we passed through, we had no trouble, and overall our experience with small border crossing stations in Alaska have been very positive. They seem to be much more relaxed than traditional border crossing checkpoints. Shortly after crossing into British Columbia, we started climbing up the Chilkat Pass. As we neared the tree line, the views became increasingly spectacular with massive glaciated mountains. We enjoyed an evening photographing these spectacular views before finding a lovely camp spot right off the highway. There are plenty of dispersed camping spots along the entire highway. A few can be found on iOverlander, but there were many more pullouts and little gravel roads off the highway that weren't on the app. Moving on, the road winds past Three Guardsmen Mountain. This beautiful triangular peak towers above the highway and was one of the highlights of the drive. We have also been told that it's an excellent peak to climb, and the trail is on the AllTrails app. The road continues to wind up through the tundra with spectacular 360-degree views of a wide range of different mountain types. While we did not see any wildlife other than some trumpeter swans, this definitely seemed to be a great spot to potentially see grizzlies, caribou, and moose. The pass itself tops out at about 1,070 meters, making it one of the highest passes in the far north. It's open year-round, but it closes frequently for storms in the winter. A couple of miles past the summit, we stopped to take a walk down the Samuels Glacier Trail. While we only walked a few kilometers, the full trail is a moderate 20 kilometers round trip. The AllTrails reviews are very positive on the trail, and it seems to be a popular overnight destination. We noticed the lake off the highway on Google Maps and decided to take a detour down a gravel road. The track was pretty rough, so we went about a kilometer before turning back, but we did get a nice view of the beautiful glacial lake, and I'm sure it would be a beautiful place to camp if you have a capable vehicle to reach it. Once in the Yukon, we soon entered Kluane National Park. We spent several weeks exploring here, so we ended up driving this part of the highway several times. During our time here, we found a couple very nice camp spots on iOverlander between the Yukon border and Haines Junction. In Haines Junction, we enjoyed some delicious cookies from the village bakery, and we went for a walk down the Dezidiash River Trail. There was already fresh snow on the mountains in mid-August. While staying on the Kluane section of the Haines Highway, we really enjoyed visiting the beautiful Kathleen Lake and taking the short hikes to St. Elias Lake and the Rock Glacier. Overall, this was such a wonderful experience, and if you're ever in the Yukon or in Haines, Alaska, make sure to take a drive up the Haines Highway for one of the most beautiful road trips. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos, and I'll see you in the next one.